So why would you want to invest in a condo? For instance, this one's 12 minutes from Windy Hill Beach as opposed to an oceanfront condo. Well, the initial thoughts that come to mind are that oceanfront condos are going to charge a premium for that initial investment, for that purchase price, compared to condos that are near the beach, but of course not beachfront. Now, the lower purchase price is going to translate into a higher return on investment. If you have less capital in the deal, in the initial investment, it is going to help increase your return on investment.
I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid.
There's an old axiom here, in my opinion. The further you get from the beach, the more you get for your money. So essentially, you should be able to find much larger condos at a cheaper price near the beach instead of beachfront. Number 2, lower HOA fees and cheaper insurance and maintenance costs. Your oceanfront condos generally are going to have much higher HOA fees, insurance, and maintenance costs. Those beachfront condos have to have a lot of salt exposure, hurricanes, and things like that that they have to weather. So it is going to be cheaper to purchase an investment condo that is inland when compared with oceanfront condos regarding your operational expenses. Your third reason is oceanfront condos rely heavily on peak season demand. That's that April through September traffic. The bulk of our tourism traffic hits our market during that time. So when you purchase a property inland, you have more diversified guest demand. So what's going to happen is you're going to be able to attract golf enthusiasts, which may not rent oceanfront condos, but because the Havens is located on 4 different championship golf courses or right nearby, they're going to be booking these condos as compared to oceanfront condos naturally. Additionally, you will most likely attract longer term stay vacationers, people that want to get out of the harsh weather. They want to book 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 months at a time. You will most likely also attract extended stay travelers. We're talking about your traveling doctors and nurses. So there's very much a different audience, and it can give you a more stable gross rental income throughout the year because a lot of these people will be renting whether it's peak season or not.
I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because this is the fastest growing area out of the 150 most populated areas in the entire United States for the last 3 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. This helps to insulate our market from many of the ups and downs that the rest of our nation's real estate market experiences. This can help you have a more stable rental property. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because they have a tremendous upside when compared to money market accounts and the stock market, due to the appreciation they earn and the potential of higher annual yields through their gross rental income when compared to these other investments. Money market accounts and the stock market don't have the upside of added appreciation. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because while our prices have risen and have held their value, we're also much cheaper than other places like Florida. Where else can you go and find an oceanfront condo for as little as $100,000? If you're getting into the real estate game or expanding your current portfolio, the bang for your buck is sitting right on the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina oceanfront.
Now, the fourth reason why you might choose a place right here at Barefoot as opposed to an oceanfront condo, it's going to have easier financing, a lot easier financing. Oceanfront condos have a little bit more stringent rules when it comes to financing because there's more risk involved because, obviously there's the hurricane exposure and flooding. Now, with fewer financing or restrictions, it's going to make it a much easier purchase, and most likely it's going to have a lower interest rate and possibly even a cheaper down payment. And we'll get into whether or not you should purchase as a second home momentarily. There's obviously some advantages to buying an investment condo as a second home, but there's also some rules that you have to abide by. Your advantages are you're going to have a much cheaper down payment. You're most likely going to get a 10% down payment buying a condo 12 minutes from the beach, as opposed to buying an oceanfront condo that's going to be 25% down. Could be 20, could be 15% down. Most of the time we see 25% down. So it's going to have a much cheaper down payment. Additionally, because it's not as risky as an oceanfront condo, your interest rate is going to be lower. You have to consider your lender as your partner in the deal, and they're looking at the risk associated with an oceanfront condo versus the risk associated with a more inland condo, and they're going to go, all right, well, I want I want you to pay me more in interest if I'm taking on a riskier deal as your partner, which is totally understandable. Now, so you're going to get a lower interest rate and a cheaper down payment when you buy it as a second home. Additionally, there are some guidelines you have to follow. You have to use it at least 21 days out of the year. Your primary residence has to be located at least 75 miles away. Additionally, you can only rent it for 180 days out of the year. Now, luckily, our peak season is April through September, which is 6 months. It's kind of convenient for you. You could use it the other 6 months, and it might be a good fit for you. If you go the second home route, think through this with me. Other people are paying your mortgage payment. They're paying your insurance costs. They're paying the majority of the cost, if not all of the costs that you have when owning this condo 12 minutes from the beach. Our owners here of Unit 1433 told me that last year they broke even. Basically, the guest that they had paid their mortgage fees, paid their expenses, and they didn't have any out-of-pocket expense. They had a free place at the beach to use when they wanted to, when the unit wasn't rented, and it was paid for by the 20 to 22 million tourists in our market. I get calls and emails every day from investors just like you looking to make their move into the Myrtle Beach market. They want to invest in short-term vacation rental properties. They want to invest in oceanfront condos. They want to know where the best deals are in our market. Well, guys, you're talking to the right person. 843-360-1737. I'm going to help you put your hands on the best deals in our market. If you're a first-time investor or a seasoned investor, if you're 1 year, 6 months, 3 years out, I don't care where you are in the investing process, pick up the phone, give me a call, send me an email, shoot me a text message, and let one of the many stories on our channel be one of your stories.